What is going on, fight fans? So here we are, number 4, and boy, it looks like they're just going further and further back in time, and that probably gave it away right there. But this is a really good pick, and I'm super excited to have this fighter in the game. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the intro so we can start talking about it. This is Edward, and you're watching Boxing Fanatico. So here we are, guys. 4 down, 2 to go. Please put in the comment section who you think the next 2 are going to be, because I'm very, very curious to see what your predictions are. There seems to be somewhat of a flow here. First person we had was Sugar Ray Robinson. Then we had Joe Louis. Then we went further back in time, Jack Dempsey. And now we're going even further back in time. So without any further ado, here's the 4th announced legend from the 6-day legend announcement from Esports Boxing Club.
I should not be here, but I am here. I want to do something good. And out of doing that something good, something will come good to me.
Nicknamed the Galveston Giant, Jack Johnson was the very first African-American world heavyweight champion. Growing up in an unforgiving environment during the early 1900s, where racism was overwhelmingly pushed to the forefront, his existence and skill galvanized the public as they hated to see him win. However, Jack embraced this hatred and used it as a psychological advantage to gain notoriety and fan the flames just enough to secure a heavyweight title shot in 1908. This is where Jack Johnson did not disappoint, although those in attendance may disagree, as he knocked out current champion Tommy Burns. He would continue his dominance as he held the title for 7 years, using skill and psychological tactics that would create mistakes in his opponents that he would capitalize on. He will become the ultimate trailblazer for the sport of boxing and the African American community. His amazing feat planted the seed for many future athletes that have entered the sport ever since. It is my pleasure to state that Jack Johnson is the 4th legend to be announced by Esports Boxing Club. Jack Johnson, well, I mean, what can I say? He fought in an era where he must have felt so much pressure to not lose, just simply from the fact that everyone wanted him to lose. Racism was so strong during that time. There was moments, for example, there were recorded footage of him knocking out his opponents where the cameras will cut off, where they would edit it out, or they would cut it out, and you just wouldn't see the actual full-blown knockout or him winning the title, because of the fact that they didn't want an African American to be shown on camera knocking out a white champion. So but the cool thing about Jack Johnson is that he embraced all of that. He took all of that in. He would grin and smile and hold his opponents down and kind of lock them up and just psychologically break them down, while also just making the fans hate him so much to want to come to his next fights to see him lose. He was like the original Muhammad Ali type, where you pay to see him lose, you're still paying. You know, the same kind of strategy that's still used to this day. A lot of people wear that, villain's hat, and they do it on purpose so that you can come to watch them lose. So it's an amazing person to have. Super throwback. I mean, he kind of fought in the era where there were unlimited rounds at one point, where the only way you could lose is if you didn't make it to the center of the ring after about 30 seconds from your knockdown. So this is far back, guys. We're talking about 1908, early going into the 1900s, but still an amazing selection, as he was the first African-American world heavyweight champion. We got 2 more legends coming. And also, I just had a thought. They are going to release the current stars, the current top stars as well. They said that this announcement is coming soon. I'm wondering if they're going to do this per day thing, because this has been so fun to do. I would love to do an iteration of current star versions of what I'm doing right now with the legends. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. So Esports Boxing Club, if you're super confident in the current stars that you have, you're saying you have top stars, I would love to have this same format for those top stars. So I wouldn't mind doing that per day release. So there we go. Jack Johnson is the number 4th announced legend from this 6-day legend announce spree that we're having right now with Esports Boxing Club. And of course, I'll be here tomorrow for the 5th announced legend. This is Edward, and I'm out.